Hello, everybody. Hoping you have a great day. This is going to be pretty much my last health and fitness video for a long time. Um, and it's not because I hate health and fitness. I don't care about it anymore. It's not because of that, but it's because health and fitness is not the core meaningful thing for me. It's something that's important to me, something I really, really enjoy, and it's something I love to help people with. I love helping people, like telling them, okay, this is the truth about health and fitness. This is what all this stuff really means. So that way, you don't have to be in the dark like I was. You know what I mean? Like doing everything right, but you're getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean? And you have all these questions and things are always confusing and all that. I know how it feels. So I'm honored to be able to, have come out on the other side and understand what health and fitness really is and to tell you guys the truth. It's just that when it comes to making these videos, because it's not health and fitness, it's not really the most meaningful thing for me. I can't give all this tons and tons of energy toward it. You know what I mean? So what I wanted to do was make one last video. It doesn't mean that I won't talk about health and fitness. Okay, it doesn't mean that I won't like say things like post things or whatever. It doesn't mean that. It's just like videos like this probably not going to do for a really, really long time. So I wanted to make one video just to kind of address what the heck has Cornelius been talking about when it comes to health and fitness. I know most of you guys did not, pretty much all of you guys probably did not watch the 3 hour long video for the health tree diagram. Probably didn't watch all that. And then when it comes to the steps of progression, that was like, I think, a 45 minute to an hour video. Probably didn't watch all of that, right? So you get to the point where you're like, okay, Cornelius, I understand that there's a lot to understand, but can you kind of just, can you say it in less than 30 minutes, right? So I want to do that in this video. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen with you and I'm pretty much gonna show you everything I've been talking about. And then what I'm gonna show you, if you want the PDF, I'll send it to you and it will help you a great deal with your health and fitness journey. Okay, so let me share my screen with you real quick. So this video is not like an hour long. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen by now. So I'm gonna scroll down real quick. Basically, well, let me not say basically. Before I scroll down, this is what I call the health and fitness household. I'm a visual learner, so I love a visual representation of information. It's much, much easier for me to understand. And I also think it's really, really nice for you guys to have a visual representation as well. So you guys have heard me talk about health and fitness education, how you have to understand what these terms really mean. You have to build a lifestyle. You have to build a foundation for your health and fitness and all this other kind of stuff, right? So what I did here was I made a visual representation of everything that I've pretty much been talking about. Okay, so at the very, very top here, let me zoom in a little bit more. At the very, very top, right, I call this like the roof, all right? You have your health and fitness goals. Some of you guys may say, I want to be leaner, I want to be stronger, I want this and this, this, and this, and this. And I'm here to tell you, I'm like, okay, you have to understand what, number one, what health and fitness really means. So that way you understand what your goal really means. All right. So at the side here, what I said was, what this really means, right? These are the results that you desire that come from building your health. So if you want to get leaner, if you want to get stronger, if you want to build muscle, like you have these goals, right? You have to understand how a professional views your goal. Us health and fitness professionals, we call them health and fitness goals because you have to build your health in order to reach your health and fitness goals. Because health is about the function of the body, right? So if you want to be leaner, your body has to function better. If you want to build muscle, your body has to function better in order to do so. So you have to build your health. So you don't want to look at your goals like being leaner, stronger, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to look at that stuff and say, okay, that's my goal. No, it's not. Those are the results that come from you building your health. All right. So then if I scroll down, this is like the house part of the household. All right. So this is like the top part is like the roof. And then this middle part is like the household, right? So you have these four sections of health. You have nutrients, hydration, sleep, and training, right? And I have all these different levels here. I'm not going to go through all that. But what I'm trying to help you guys to understand is that most of you are focused on the household part of it, like the house part of it, where when it comes to your health and fitness journey, what you're doing is I'm going to follow a specific regime. You're like, okay, I want to get leaner, so I'm going to follow a specific regime. I'm going to have X amount of protein, X amount of carbs. I'm going to train X amount of days a week for X amount of time. And you're following a very, very specific regime. All right. Now, is it bad to follow a specific regime? It's not necessarily bad, but you have to understand, do you have the foundation that the regime needs? Now, what do I mean by that? So we scroll down, this is the foundation of the household. All right. So we still have the categories of health and fitness. You have nutrients, hydration, and sleep, and posture, right? This is the foundation of the household. So what does this mean? This is how you build your lifestyle. See, most of you guys, you're going right into a health and fitness regime. You're going right into one, but you don't have a lifestyle. You don't have a lifestyle that suits your regime. And so if you don't have a lifestyle, you're going to make a huge leap if you're going right into a specific regime. And so trying to build a house without a foundation, obviously that's going to be problematic, right? And that's why so many people end up becoming unsuccessful when they go right into a health and fitness regime, because they don't have the foundation of the household. Okay. If you don't have a lifestyle, then when you go right into a health and fitness regime, you're not going to sustain it for a prolonged period of time, like for a lifetime. You can't sustain it for a lifetime because you don't have a lifestyle. So you have to build a lifestyle first. So that way, if you do decide to follow a health and fitness regime, a specific one, right, then you can do so and have success for a lifetime. Build a lifestyle so that way you can have success for a lifetime. All right, but most people, they're skipping this step. And then for some of you guys who are like, okay, I want to build a lifestyle. How do I do it? What's the first thing I have to do? Well, then you have the base of the foundation. It's almost like the soil that the foundation is upon. Your health and fitness education. See, this is what everybody needs. Even though everybody believes they have health and fitness education, you don't realize what the health and fitness industry had to do a long time ago. A long, long time ago. Most of you guys you're on your own health and fitness journey right now, or you've done one in the past, right? You know that health and fitness can be very, very, very confusing, right? Why is it so confusing? Why does one professional say one thing, but the other professional says something else? Why is there so much information that contradicts other information, right? And why there's so many subjects that overlap other subjects? What is going on, right? So a long time ago, when you had the general public, which is anyone who is not a professional, okay? Anyone who's not a professional, people who were in the general public, and then you had people who were professionals, people who had degrees or nationally accredited certifications, all right? So in the beginning of the health and fitness industry, both parties pretty much knew the same amount of stuff, but as time went on, the trainers, the nutritionists, the dietitians, the doctors, the professionals, we learn more about how the body behaves. And so now it becomes much harder for us professionals to communicate to the general public, right? All of you guys who have a profession, you've experienced this before, where you try to explain your profession to someone who has no idea what you're talking about. It's very, very hard to communicate to that person, to explain to them what you do, right? So what do you do in that situation? You condense the information, right? Everybody does this. And it's the same thing that the health and fitness industry did a long time ago. We condense the information. So instead of giving the general public, 100% of the definition or 100% of the term, we kind of focus on the key 10% of the term. A great example would be calories. Most of you guys will hear the word calorie and you're like, oh yeah, calories are energy or calories are food. That's correct, but that's not all it is. And that's why so many of you guys believe that you know what health and fitness is. And it's because you've been hearing the condensed version, the 10% version, the key 10% over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then you end up believing that you're experts. And I'm trying to tell you that number one, you are not an expert unless you have the degrees or nationally accredited certifications. Okay. So, and it's fine that you're not experts, but you also have to understand that what you've been hearing over and over and over and over and over again is only the key 10%. Okay. It's not the full version. So back to calories is like, okay, yes, you are correct when you say calories are energy, but that's not the only thing a calorie is. They have this different definition. So there's more to the story. And if you don't know the full definition, chances are you're going to make a choice that is not advantageous for your health and fitness journey. You're gambling your chances of success. If you only know 10% of the rules of a game, chances are you're not going to win the game. It's possible to win, and that's why some people are successful. Some people are. They're doing the 10% version and they're successful. But way more people are unsuccessful. Why? Because the 10% is not enough. They have to know what these terms fully mean. All right. And so that's what I want to do. Because in today's age, the health and fitness industry is like a magician on stage. So the audience is like the general public. You're looking at the magician and you see all the tricks and all the illusions and all that kind of stuff. And you get mesmerized by it. You're like, man, yeah, I want to do that. And you look at every single detail that the magician is doing on stage, right? And you're like, okay, boom, I know exactly how the trick is done. And so then you try to replicate the trick, but you're unsuccessful every single time. Is it for lack of effort? No, you're working your butt off day after day after day, but you're still unsuccessful. Like I was, that's how I felt. Worked my butt off day after day after day. I did everything right. I was training every single day, sometimes twice a day. I was in a caloric deficit. I was eating the best foods. I was doing all the right things and I was getting worse. I was getting worse. Okay. So it's because I was trying to copy the magician on stage instead of understanding what was going on behind the curtain. The only way you can truly replicate the trick, the only way that you can truly become successful long term is if you understand what's going on behind the curtain, if you understand what these terms fully mean. So really the first step is to question the education that you have. And for you trainers, same thing for you, because my friends who are also trainers, you know that obviously I'm a trainer as well. I fell for the same 10% that so many other people fall for. So many people fall for, right? But anyway, we have to start asking the right questions. And then we can see the full story. But my point is, it starts with your health and fitness education. You have to understand what health and fitness actually is. Because if you don't, you're not going to be able to build a lifestyle. And if you don't build a lifestyle, then I don't care what health and fitness regime you're following, you're not going to have success in the long term. You're not going to have success in the long term. And because you're not going to be actually building your health, right? Because you're not going to actually build your health, you're not going to reach your health and fitness goals. Okay, so many people, they're going right into following a specific regime. I'll give you an example right here. In a hydration regime, they're going to say, okay, are you drinking the minimum amount of water? Are you drinking like the minimum, the medium amount of water? Like, are you drinking X amount of water, right? That's like a specific hydration regime. Who the hell cares about you drinking X amount of water if I go down here, this is the lifestyle section, if you are not even drinking water when you're thirsty, right? If you're not even drinking water when you're thirsty, If you're not doing that, what makes you think you're going to be able to drink X amount of ounces of water every single day? You're not even drinking water when you're thirsty. You're probably going to like iced tea or soda or what have you. You see what I'm saying? You know, drinking X amount of water is something that's great, but drinking water is not a part of your lifestyle yet. So when it comes to a specific regime, maybe in the beginning you'll follow it and you'll, work hard in it and you'll be good, but you come to a point where it all falls apart. Just like a house falls apart if it doesn't have the foundation. That's what I'm trying to give you guys. I'm trying to give you guys the education that you need. Like tell you, this is what this term fully means. This is what this term fully means. And this is how all the dots connect. On the basic level, we're just dealing with the basics like nutrients, hydration, sleep, and posture, training, or what have the basics, the basic terms. Because once you understand what the basic terms really mean, then you'll see how all the dots connect. It's ironic because the health and fitness industry tried to condense all the information because it was hard to communicate, right? Now, I can understand that, but what we needed to do was help you guys to understand the full definition and how it connected to other definitions, how everything connects. And that's why health and fitness today is so confusing, because no one is seeing how the dots connect, because you're only working with 10% of the definition. And so we end up coming to conclusions. I hear all the time, people say, oh, I know all I got to do is this. All I got to do is this. All I got to do is this. What you're doing is that you're trying to come to a conclusion because you realize that the dots are not connecting. The dots that people keep on trying to give you, you see that they're not connecting. Something doesn't make sense. Something doesn't make sense. And now you know why. It doesn't make sense. The dots do not connect because we're only working with 10% of the definition. So if we are to understand what metabolism fully means, if we know what calories fully mean, if we know what nutrition fully means, if we know what a trainer is truly an expert in, if we know what a nutritionist is really an expert in, if we understand what these things truly mean, then we can start to make the choices that are advantageous to us. Once you have the education, I swear to you, then you can start to build your lifestyle. And then once you build your lifestyle, maybe you get to the point where you're like, you know what? I want to look a very, very specific type of way. When you build your lifestyle, obviously your body is going to change because you're giving your body what it needs, right? Your body is going to change, right? But the main thing that happens when you build your lifestyle is that you feel better. You feel the change. You feel leaner. You feel stronger. And all. It's the feeling. That's the first sign of true change, that you are feeling the changes, right? So as you build your lifestyle, your body you'll feel the change and you will see some change, right? But let's say you're like, Cornelius, I want my body to look a very, very specific way. Well, now you need a specific regime, right? But that happens after you build the lifestyle. You got to build the lifestyle. If you skip this step, I believe you're not going to have success long term. As in, you're not going to sustain your health and fitness goals for the rest of your life because you didn't build your health. If you're not building your health, you're not going to reach your health and fitness goals. But let's say you have your lifestyle and you're like, now I'm ready. I want to look a very specific type of way. Boom. You need a specific regime. And now you're able to grow within that regime and have success because you have the foundation of a lifestyle. And because you have education, you have a lifestyle, and you're following a specific regime to look a specific kind of way, well, you're building your health the entire time. The entire time you're building your health, which means you will reach your health and fitness goals. But what's great about this is that you don't need to follow a specific regime. You don't need to. See, if you build your health, if you build a lifestyle that helps you to build your health, you're going to reach your health and fitness goals anyway. Because you need to build your health in order to reach your health and fitness goals. So you don't even need to follow a specific regime unless you are desiring to look a specific kind of way. That's the only reason why you would need a specific regime. Okay? But once again, I can't emphasize this enough. Do not just jump right into a specific regime. Don't do that, because if you do that, you are not going to have the education that you need. You're gonna fall into the 10% that you already know. Oh, I gotta get leaner, so I gotta go work out. That's the 10%. You don't know what training actually means, right? Or if you're following a meal prep service, right? Your mind could be playing some mind tricks on you without you realizing it. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, you got to have the education so that way you don't fall into the 10% that we were all given for so long. You have to understand what these terms really mean, so that way you know that you're making the best choice for you, And see, once you have the education, now you can build your lifestyle. You can build your lifestyle. And as you build your lifestyle, if you decide, hey, I want to look a specific kind of way, so I need a specific regime, you can follow a specific regime and you'll be able to have success because you have the lifestyle. And you have the lifestyle because you have the education, right? And because you have the education, you will be able to build your health. And if you build your health, you will reach all your health and fitness goals. Okay, so I don't know how long this video was, but I know it's much shorter than the other ones. So this is what I call the health and fitness household. This is pretty much all you really need. Unless you have questions about health and fitness, obviously you can ask me, but this is the visual representation of what I've been talking about this entire time. Okay, so once again, if any of you guys have questions about health and fitness or anything, just ask me. I'll let you know exactly what this term fully means. All right, I'll let you know how to build your health and all that kind of stuff. And if you want this PDF, let me know. I'll send it to you. I want to help you because I want to be the person that I wish I had when I was in the dark. So if there's any way that I can help you, I want to help you. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.